Hello WACO, this is Mr. Errett, and I want to share with you our +1 options for the first semester of 2016, as well as walk you through the sign-up process. So the first thing you should know is that +1 is going to look a little bit different this year, both signing up and just how +1 runs in general. Instead of signing up for a specific class, you're going to sign up for a group that includes and encompasses several activities. And we're going to sign up using Google Classroom. We'll talk more about both those things in a second. So before we go over to Google Classroom, we're going to look at some of the +1 groups and also about some of the activities that are in those groups. The point of doing this is we're hoping that we can get people signed up into a particular area of interest, which would be the group. And then depending on what activity they sign up, we can shift teachers around so more students get to do the activity that they're most interested in doing. So this is all about trying to get you in the activities that you want to be in and want to be part of. Group number 1 is cooking. This is going to be with Mrs. Wilkerson and Mrs. Weir. It's going to be both sessions long, and it's nice if you'd have some extra cooking skills, but basically you're going to be doing some cooking stuff with those guys. I'm not going to read all these descriptions. You can read through them yourself. I will have this shared with you. Fine arts, music, and drama. This is with Ms. Peters and Mrs. Cook. This is going to include Artist Unlimited and causing a scene and improv class. Special interest is our biggest group. Some of the activities that are going to be going on in there are event planning, which is kind of like planning pep rallies and things. That's for high school students only. Special Olympics, volunteerism and crafts, and yearbook. Indoor-outdoor activities. This is going to have Mr. Mormon, Mr. Duggar, Mr. Shetler, and Mrs. Whaley. So this is going to include things like +1 more mile and fishing for the first quarter. The second quarter, it's going to shift to trapping. Our technology, maker, and robotics group is going to be taught by myself, Mr. Kissel, Mr. Edeker, and Mr. Witten. You guys know by now LEGO League and First Tech Challenge. Now those are a little bit different in that if you want to do one of those activities, you have to commit to doing those activities because they're a team event and have competitions. However, if you just are interested in playing around with some robotics and making some things using technology, then you're going to want to go with the Technomaker option, which will be doing a variety of things. So those are our groups. Now how do you get signed up? Well, you're going to want to go to googleclassroom.com. So I'm going to go ahead and click this link, and that'll take me to my Google Classroom. Okay, go back to the presentation here. So now what do? You're going to click the plus at the top of your Google Classroom to join a group. Then what we want you to know is that you are only signing up for one group. So you're going to sign up for whichever group that contains the activities that you feel like you'd be most interested in participating in activities along those lines. And like I said, we're going to do the best we can to shift people around to get you in the things that you're most interested in. So these are your codes for signing up. So all I'm going to do in Google Classroom is I'm going to click that little plus and I'm going to join a class. These are my code options for cooking there, indoor, outdoor there, special interest there, so on and so forth. Again, just to reiterate, you're only joining one class. You're only joining one class. If you're not signing up, we're going to talk about what you do here in a second, but for right now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to minimize this, and we're going to go to Google Classroom. So let's say I'm interested in joining the Maker class. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write down this or remember this number, SK6YROO. I'm going to go join class, and I'm going to type in SK6YROO. I don't know if that's right off the top of my head. Double check. YROO. Yes, that is right. Okay, so and then I'll click join. Now I'm not going to join because I already am a teacher in the class, but that's how you'd sign up, and I'd be done. I'd just sign up for that one class. So now, once you get signed up for that class, in each class there's a little poll at the top that's already created, And what we want you to do is take that poll and say which activity you're most interested in. And this is how teachers are going to figure out how we need to shift people around to get enough staff to cover the people that want to be in that group. So I go back to my classroom. Going to look at Technomaker here. Once I've joined the class, I'm going to see this question up at the top. What activity are you most interested in? You'll have a couple of options. Mine looks a little bit different because I'm a teacher, but if I click on this, I can show you the options. So if you're in this group, you're going to choose, I want to do Lego League if I'm junior high. I want to do First Tech Challenge if I'm in high school. Maybe I'm not interested in committing to either of those things. Maybe I'm more interested in video production. I'm going to click that. More interested in just making stuff individually. I'm going to click that. Maybe I'm interested in making stuff as a group or as a team in some sort of competition that's not Lego League or First Tech Challenge. Then I will select that. So you're going to take this poll, and that's what's going to tell us what you're most interested in doing. Back to the presentation. For those of you who aren't taking +1 classes, or if you have a suggestion for a new +1 activity, what you guys are going to do is you can either click here or click the computer screen, and that's going to take you to a very short survey where we'd like for you to tell us why you're not attending a +1 activity or signing up for a +1 activity. Here are your choices. Note that if none of these options work for you, you can always check other and write in your own answer. And then down below that, if you have a suggestion for a future +1, you can write those in here and then be sure to submit that, and we will review all that information. So hopefully that makes sense. Let's give it a shot, WACO, and see how we do. And we're really looking forward to having a great +1 this year in this first semester. Again, our goal is to get as many of you in the activities that you want to be in as possible. So thanks for working with us and adding suggestions and just being a part of +1. We love doing our +1 classes, and we love having enthusiastic students there. If you have any questions about this, I know we're short on time this year on getting signed up, and then +1 is just coming up this next Friday. If you need to, come find me today after you get signed up, or shoot me an email, and I'll try to respond. But please try to get signed up by the end of the day today. If not, certainly by tomorrow. Thank you.